Okay, so this is an update on mine. So what I have here is, as you remember, I told you my dad gave me his computer. So I brought it home, and of course I hooked it up to a spare computer I had, which is this one right here in the back. And of course it wouldn't communicate. Well, the problem I had was with my dad's, because I don't like Norton and McAfee and I wasn't going to use it. I took Norton off of the main computer. Well, of course Norton messed that up. After fighting and trying to figure out how to get it to work, I finally just redid the whole computer and put it back to the settings that it was when my dad first bought it. Not activating Norton, but left Norton on. And of course, as soon as I did that, the computer started to read and activate each other. So as you can see, if I expand this and this, you'll see that it's all now working. And so is my laptop, which I will be using for one of my other screens also. I have one more computer in the garage that I have to bring in and set it up, and I will be ready to go. Only thing I have to do now is reinstall all my programs that I had on here for different aircraft, the light program my dad had, the traffic program, and the program I have to use for my car that controls my landing gear switch, all my other switches, and my main instrument panels. So this is where I am today. I'm not working because I'm not feeling good and I was sick of watching TV, so I figured I'd work on this, and of course I got it to work. And as you can see, I'm almost at the 250 where I want to be, but I'm going to put it up to 305 here. So it's going to start speeding up, and then I'll change the heading. Right now I'm at 46, and I'll change it to, I mean, this just to get a rough idea. And so I'm going to put it 85, and of course the marker's moved over on this one, as you can see right there, and I'm in a bank. And then of course on that one, I mean, this, I will probably use my laptop for these screens. I'm probably going to use this computer for my engine, and then my the other computer for the next to do the screen next to where the FMC would be. At this time I'm not going to be putting in an FMC. Again, money problems. Like I said before, you know, I can't afford everything, so I'm doing probably the least minimum that I can, because I just want to fly and have fun. And of course, like you guys have seen in my other videos, I do have my MCP. My dad was kind enough to buy me, and this part of on the overhead, the bottom part here, so you'll see that and I'll have these switches hooked up, and I'll have all these switches. Panels that I'll probably get down the road, I'll probably get my fuel pump panel and my APU panel, and possibly the middle panel there for the fasten seat belts, but that's not a necessity. What I'm gonna probably do for the meantime is, just as I put a board over in my cockpit, I'll probably go buy the switches and hook the switches up and activate them, so when I do have the panels, I just gotta switch them out. So that's basically where I am right now. Thank you to Brandon, because the other day I was getting so frustrated, I messaged him on YouTube, and he was telling me, you know, keep with it, work with it. And I was supposed to make a video, and so he could see what I was talking about with my computers not linking up. And I didn't get around to it because I was sick. I got sick last week, and then went out to my dad's to help him with his. But thank you very much, Brandon, for all your help. I still have my throttle quadrant. If anybody has the program for that, I'd really appreciate you dropping me a line if you're willing to send me a copy of it. It's the one that Pole Dragonette put out some time back, and then they sold their plans to another company. It's an Italian company. I bought the throttle quadrant. In fact, we'll go out and look at it, from a lady whose husband had passed away, unfortunately. As you can see, I haven't done a whole lot in here. So there's my throttle quadrant. If any of you guys have the program for this, I need version 1 or 2 so I can get that to work. If I can't get the program, I'm probably going to end up having to sell the throttle quadrant. I don't want to, but I can't afford the, but it's like $300 or $400 for the program. I wish I could. I just, you know, my money is so, with 4 kids, it's just really tight. Of course, here's my main panel as I was getting all the lights and the switches hooked up. But if anybody has the program, I'd really appreciate it. Like I was saying, I bought the throttle quadrant from a lady whose husband passed away. Unfortunately, I didn't know at the time when I picked it up that it needed a program, and I've been trying to contact her to see if maybe her son took all of the dad's stuff and was selling it, and I don't know if he still had it, but I haven't been able to get a hold of her, unfortunately. You know, it's just one of those things. I was trying to save a little bit of money, and it's a really nice throttle quadrant. I don't have the money for the program. So if anybody has that throttle quadrant, please, if you're willing to help me out, give me a call, you know, drop a line, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. I'm, like I said, you know, and I understand people put money into it and are maybe kind of iffy about giving it away, but you know, just if you would, I'd really appreciate it. And as you can see, I gotta put my panel back on. I'm using the old monitors because that's all I got right now. I can't afford to buy the flat screens. I wish I could. And down the road, you know, if things start settling out for me and I'm able to buy the flat screens, of course I'm gonna buy them, including, you know, if I get the money to ever buy a real landing gear handle, I'll buy that, of course, you know, put flat screens in. And then if I do that, I'm gonna have to, of course, probably do my whole MIP, because these are set for a certain size, of course, for those. So, you know, and my dad bought these panels, are the new ones that my dad just bought for me, and I got the backlighting on them except for this middle piece, and I was still working with this switch here, and then after that I'll put the backlighting on that. And as soon as I get the backlighting, I'm going to put it up. Something you guys will notice when I do put it up, I'm not going to have these switches in here at the time. I won't have the 2 switches that go here for the time and the 2 switches that go there. You know, I'm doing as I can, and buy a switch here, excuse me, buy a switch there. You know, it's what I can do. And of course, my dad's already given me the switch covers for those, and for the 2 that go up there. And I do have the switches that go up there, as I'll zoom in here. You know, as you can see my wire, I still got to hook up all that wiring to the harness, and then put that on to the board. I haven't been out here working a whole lot, trying to get things caught up in the house, you know. But that's where I am. Thank you for watching, guys.